Hello and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I am your host, Reverend Mary Hawk, and hello to everyone who is joining me. Welcome. Post and say hi. Tell me where you're from, or if you'd like a reading, go ahead and post your question in your chat. I'll be happy to do a 3-card reading for you, more or less. And I'm coming to you from very cold Tennessee. And I am very fortunate to have power here. I'm near Nashville, and I know we've been making the news for our power outages. And shout out to all our line people who have been working very hard in temperatures that have been well below freezing with the wind chill to get power back on. And I'm just grateful that we have maintained power where I am. So, and hello to Swack Fan. I will be happy to do a general reading for you, Swack Fan. How are you doing? I'm sure our cold temperatures have been, Tuesday for you in Minnesota. I know it has been a lot colder, but you do have the infrastructure for it. We have been dealing with a lot of people with no power and no heat here in Tennessee across the state. So let's see what the cards have to say for you tonight, my friend. I mean, y'all have hot dish in Minnesota, right? And yes, the gods have smiled upon our household greatly that we have maintained power and heat. I have dear friends who are going on 5 days with no power. They are fortunate to have been able to run their alternate heating supply. And hello to Janet and Maggie. All right, what have we got for you tonight, Swack Fan? Got a lot of pentacles coming up for you. All right, so we're going to start off with our escapee. We have got the Eight of Pentacles, and this is talking about being recognized for the kind of work you do. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is talking about being in a very good position in the material realm. We've got the King of Swords, and this card talks about good judgment and making wise decisions. Followed up with the Seven of Cups, which means you're going to have a lot of choices in front of you. So all in all, I'd say that's a very favorable reading for you right now. And I said something to SWAT fan about having hot dish since he's from Minnesota. And he says, being from Louisiana, I have red beans and rice and gumbo. Well, it's hard to beat red beans and rice and gumbo. And Janet says, hello, Reverend Mary. It's extremely cold in Ohio, but power is good. Can I have a card? Yes, you can. And Swag Fan is basically high-fiving over that reading. Yeah, we're up to 28 right now. We have been down in the teens with and single digits with wind chills in the negatives. And it's going to get that cold again this weekend. So, yeah. And we have people who are now going on 5 days with no power. So we send good energy that way. And also shout out to Reverend Brian, who had his surgery today. I did talk with him a little while ago. Surgery went well. He's feeling reasonably good, but some good energy to him for healing. You're welcome, Slack Fan. And what have we got here for Janet? All right, first card is the Five of Pentacles. And this card says to be careful with your material resources. Things could be a little strained. And then we've got the Future card. And we're familiar with the story of Daedalus and Icarus, where Daedalus made himself and his son Icarus the wax wings with feathers to escape from Crete. And Daedalus glided away at a safe distance and flew to freedom, but Icarus got too close to the sun. The wax melted and he fell to his death. So, the wisdom of this card is to move forward at a reasonable pace. So, don't take unnecessary chances. And then finally, I have the sun. So overall, things are going to move in a good direction for you. And Janet says school has been closed all week because of the cold. Yeah, schools have been closed here because it's cold, the roads have been bad, people can't get out. So, yeah. Maggie's asking for a reading. She's been depressed and cried. I'm sorry to hear that, Maggie. Yeah, it's been depressing this whole month. It really has. And hello to Ed. Good to see you, Ed. And hello to Solitary Fairy. Good evening to you. Hi, Lynn. Yes, I'm okay. Glad you're doing well. And you have family everywhere affected by this crazy weather. Yes, this has been quite the storm. All right, Maggie, let's see what the cards have for you. All right. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this means in the material realm, being in a good position. You are reaping the fruits of your labors. You have resources that you have worked for and saved up. We've got the Prince of Swords here. So this means it's okay to be selfish. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Three of Swords. Now, this means that there's going to be some sort of conflict coming up. So, we're going to pull the Brian card. And we've got Heart. So, this means you're in a situation. Since I pulled it about the conflict, where the conflict is, it's something that where you are involved very deeply emotionally. So we're going to pull another card. And I get the Four of Cups. And this is about being in a situation where it's an okay situation. It might not be the best, but it could be the worst. And the last card I've got for you is the Nine of Swords, which means whatever you're afraid of, turn around and face it. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is. So I hope that is helpful, Maggie. And happy Candlemas to you, Solitary Fairy. And I will add, while we're talking about Candlemas, to join us Sunday, February the 1st at 8 Central, 9 Eastern for our online Beltane Lammas ritual. You can find it on either Corellian TV or Divination TV on Facebook and YouTube. And we'll be doing an online ritual led by Reverend Dawn. I'll be part of it and several other people, so please join us for that. I'll be actually posting that ritual online after Tarot Thursday tonight. So please plan to join us for that. And I think I'm caught up on reading requests. Let me scroll back through chat. All right. Okay. Does anybody else have a question for me? Maggie says it's our country situation and feeling stuck. Yeah. And yes, there is a full moon this Mbok, as Solitary Fairy points out. There is indeed. So please join us for our online ritual. That's again Sunday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, Divination TV on Facebook and YouTube, or Corellian TV on Facebook and YouTube. We will be streaming it live at those times, although if you're not able to join us right on time, you can go back and find it later and replay it. And Janet's asking about a card for the next 6 months. All right, Janet. And hello to Hippie Janet. Hey, Anissa. And hello to Naomi. All right, Janet, for the next 6 months, we got the Nine of Lamps here, and the Nine of Lamps really is about don't overthink it. Just let the situation unfold. And then we have death. And this, is really death and rebirth. So expect some major changes. And then we have temperance. But here we can see day and night, male and female, yin and yang. So this card is about balance. And it's also about pulling a lot of little pieces together and making producing something where the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And hello to Amy. Blessed be. And Maggie asked, can the full moon help release what we no longer want? All right, just a moment here. And if anyone wants to send me a tip, my PayPal is maryhot1968 at Gmail. Alrighty. And here we go, Maggie. So first we've got the Five of Cups. So this is your current situation, which is someone who's dealing with loss. Then we have the King of Swords, which is good judgment. Then we have the Veil, which is about hidden things being revealed. So yes, you can use the full moon to release what you don't want anymore. And I think you're also going to gain some insight when you do that. Okay, and then next me scroll back up here and be sure I haven't missed anyone. I think Hippie Janet is next. Yes. All right. This is going to be for Hippie Janet. You are welcome, Maggie. All right. Well, so right now you've been feeling stuck. I got two cards about that. We got the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. And both of these cards have the energy of just not moving, feeling like you're stuck. And then I've got the Six of Swords. So this is about a journey. So things are going to begin to move for you. And I got the Seven of Wands. So this means that whatever it is you're working on in February, you need to plan carefully. And one more card, and we got the Six of Pentacles, which means you can succeed and have enough for yourself and to share with others. So I hope that's helpful for you, Hippie Janet. We got Janet and Hippie Janet, so I'm trying to be very clear about who I'm reading for at any point in time. And as I'm shuffling to clear the deck, we just had an escapee. So we'll just say this card is for everyone. And here we have the Magus. So this card is about manifestation and using your magic. So we all have the ability to manifest what we want in our lives. Some of us have developed that ability more than others, but it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more you develop it. But we all have the ability to do so. So that's just a reminder. And Hippie Janet says it's very helpful. Thank you. Anissa says absolutely healing thoughts for Reverend Brian. His hugs can go to Miss Elvis. Yeah, I imagine Miss Elvis is less than happy. Of course, he is in the hospital and will be for a few days, so she is at home wondering where her daddy went. But he is in good spirits. And things went well, and I'll talk to him again tomorrow, and I'll pass on your good thoughts. And hopefully, in a few weeks, we will be able to have him back on. I have suggested to him that he come on and read for us while he's still taking heavy pain medication because I think it would be fun. He does not think he should come on and read while he's still taking post-op pain medication. So, quick poll, post in chat. Who all thinks Reverend Brian should come back and read while he's still taking post-op pain meds? I think it'll be amazing. Thank you, Janet. I will let him know. I mean, he was quite coherent tonight. I don't know if he called me just before he was due for a dose, but he was quite coherent. We only talked for we talked for less than 5 minutes, but he was able to tell me everything went well. When he called, I really thought it would be his husband, but no, it was Brian himself. Hmm. I'll tell him we've got a couple of votes for post-op pain med, Brian. All right. Does anyone else have a question for me tonight? Going once, going twice. All right. Well, if nobody else has a question, we'll go ahead and wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Are these snowstorms gonna continue? Well, we can see what Tarot has to say about that. We've got apparently there's a polar vortex that's going to be doing something with our weather. I know we're going back into the teens and single digits this weekend. We'll just go with the first card I pulled, Maggie, Judgment. I'm going to go with the yes. I think that's the only one I need to see. It's a yes. Because honestly, we brought most of this killer weather on ourselves. We really have. Hippie Janet says we've not been out of the teens and below zero all week. Where are you at, Hippie Janet? I'm in Nashville, where I'm fortunate to have maintained power. I'm actually a little north of Nashville. Hippie Janet's in Danville. And Maggie says, everyone prepare and stay safe. Look out for each other and show kindness. Absolutely. Yeah, it is becoming more and more clear that the only way we are going to survive is by building local communities and taking care of each other. Okay, folks. Well, before I close out, does anyone else have a question for me? All right. Well, thank you all very much. Please join us Sunday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern on Divination TV and Corellian TV, Facebook and YouTube for our Imbolc/Lammas ritual. And I'll see you next week for Tarot Thursday. Blessed